Welcome to Breaking Rad. We are loaded with testosterone tonight, except for a couple of guys who admitted they're low T. But yes, we are the entire Breaking Rad crew with Toasty himself, Mr. David the Dime, and we got the Reverend and Reprobate joining us from the Reverend and Reprobate Podcast / YouTube show / internet website. And here we all are. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hey.
You guys are talking.
It's an honor to be here.
Yes.
And killer intro, by the way.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That's Mark.
It's this guy.
We'll have to add you guys into it if you come back. So.
Benjamin Soto has pre-liked. Pre-liked the stream. So no pressure.
Yeah. I feel the
I'd
pressure
like to
right now, automatically.
Guaranteed to be let down because we're all going to be talking over each other.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep. I want to give Ben a shout out. He's one of the only people who he's one of the first people to like whenever I post like art online. I get likes from Ben. So thank you, Ben. You are fueling my my ego, no, my growth as an artist because I need constant affirmation.
It's a better way to put it. So,
thank you, Ben. So tonight we've got just a few things, but we have enough people to fill up the time anyway. We've got a Bible break, I believe.
Ooh.
We do not have a top that because no one could do a top that this week, including myself. And we have no short box. So we have Bible break, and then it's just a free for all from there.
Well, Macho's got some short box stuff you can show off tonight.
I got a short
Mike
box
has
stuff
some
too.
too.
Mike has comics. He's
Yeah.
always got comics.
We got comics.
Yeah.
And it is
we'll have an art share.
an art share. We do have art share. It's baby boy Mark's 20th anniversary of his 20th birthday.
That's it.
So
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Congratulations on that.
Congratulations, Mark. We have a special drawing that I did just for a very low effort drawing I did just for Mark's birthday.
Sums up my life perfectly.
That'll be my art share. So I don't know. You want to start off with everyone talking about what they're doing right now? Is that too much stuff?
I have nothing to share.
Let's let Rev and Rep introduce themselves.
Yeah,
and
I think
what they're doing.
That's a good idea.
Why?
Why don't you guys take it away? Introduce who you is and what you do's.
Take it away, Luke.
Ah, crap. I knew you were going to do that. Hi.
Hey, do a split screen so we can share.
I don't know how to do that. Oh,
Why would you want to do that?
So you can talk and I can nod affirmatively.
I'm not the one that needs affirmation. There you go.
I
don't know how to do
it. This one right here. You know right there.
no, I hit that one. It's
No. The next one.
The next one. No, it's just
One by one.
You know what? I'm just gonna make one of you big, and the other one can talk loud. There we go.
Hi, I'm Lucas.
So, I'm Lucas. I'm one of the hosts of the Reverend and Reprobate Podcast, and we are just two best buds interviewing people we have no business talking to. How we made it to good grief. I mean, tens of people watch our program, which puts us in a stratosphere slightly higher than the typical Breaking Rad that I'm on in the chat. So, that's what we do is we just interview folks, comedians. We interview some apologists. We've got some cool stuff coming up. We've had a guy who's a historical weapons maker, and we had the guy that committed the second largest bank robbery in U.S. history.
Wow.
That was fun. Yeah.
And Tom Leopold.
Yeah, and Tom Leopold, who's a legend.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, your turn.
He wrote Cheers and Seinfeld. What do I got to say? You just said it.
Oh.
No, yeah, it's your turn. You let me go first, so now it's your turn.
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm the
Oh, that's a
reprobate.
great start. Tell them how your mom's in prison.
My mom is in prison, and she's been in prison for about 2.5 years now.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, there's lots of reasons, lots of stuff that has happened, but
A new reason every week as to why your mom's in prison.
Yeah, she hates it when we do this, but
Yeah, she does not like
I
this.
don't get, but I love it.
But she's grown to love it. She's not really in prison, but
She's not. No,
Is she
she's,
is she under
she's
threat of going to prison or?
No, she's a pretty
Okay.
strict. She's a pretty strict.
maybe for
homeschool mom.
protecting me.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, she's a pretty strict homeschool mom that kept us all on a pretty tight leash.
Yeah.
And so one day after listening to the great David Allen Coe, I waltzed into our podcasting studio. And when I was rattling off the intro, and I was like, and here's a man who was drunk the day his mom got out of prison. It's Dan Gibson. I don't know why I thought it would be funny, but I did.
It was.
And,
You were right.
And ever since then, his mom's been in prison. And we
That's
typically
a
do
great
come up with something so believable that Danley has gotten calls from his relatives asking why his mom was put into prison.
And it earned you a near purple nurple several times from her.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've been under threat of death and dismemberment by Dan's mom. So,
But yeah, we're excited to be here.
Fantastic.
Glad to have you boys.
Yeah, we're excited to have real guests for a change.
Yeah.
No offense
Well-
to past guests, but
Well, let's
Dave
give it a
seems
few minutes.
stoked.
Let's see if we can change your mind.
Well, like I put on Twitter, these guys have interviewed some big names, which means we're pretty cool because we get to interview the guys who interview big names.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
they had you on their show. They're getting the big names.
the biggest of names.
That was not your best show, I'm sure, but it was fun to do.
It was the first show where we had somebody who took a theological approach on talking about aliens.
Wow, I'll take it.
It was the
Yeah.
it was the worship pastoriest.
It was
Did he
that.
sing for you?
Yeah.
Voice of an angel. if you didn't-
He won't sing for us.
Not on here. I don't have a good microphone.
I have access to his YouTube channel though, and I know a lot of private videos that I could easily unprivate at any moment.
Yeah, exactly.
You-
Also, I don't have a good microphone. That's a terrible excuse to not use your gifts for the Lord, Cal.
Thank you. Praise
So
the
I
Lord.
have a fun story about that. So I was
I
on
have
Doug
Christian
TenNapel.
guilt just ready to distribute. So whenever you guys want to do that, that was one of the prerequisites for ministry at a Baptist church. So I'm
Yes.
equipped and ready whenever you guys want.
Yes. So I was on we have a mutual friend, Doug TenNapel. I was on his show a long time ago when he was still at Comicsgate. And
Okay.
he asked me to play a song.
Which show of Doug's were you on?
Well, his old channel, which I think he nuked it.
The In Exile one?
No, he just had like a regular, like he was doing the Comicsgate thing where he just interviewed, he just had people on, and so he remember Nurkish, you guys? He used to have this guy named Nurkish on,
Yeah.
and Nurkish now is one of the voices on the cartoon they're doing on one of his YouTube channels, the Burkle and Spay. Have you guys seen that cartoon?
No.
He's doing a cartoon. It's really funny. You guys have to watch it. It's called Burkle and Spay, I think. It's a dog and a cat that are roommates. And Doug is one of the voices, and Nurkish is the other voice. Yeah.
Where does
you guys
Zippy
watch
the
it.
unicorn fall into all of this?
We should show an Zippy the unicorn.
Zippy the unicorn just falls into the chat usually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Zippy
Was this produced by Angel Studios?
Yes.
Should be.
Yep. This is in conjunction with Dallas Jenkins, Nurkle and Spay. Executive produced by Bob Barker.
I didn't get to my point of that story. So Doug had me sing a song, and I listened back to it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm never singing on the internet ever again without a good microphone because it
We gotta
just
find that somewhere.
it doesn't paint me in a good light. I'm a better singer than what it was on that episode.
We did the
Anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was playing on.
Yeah, you were playing guitar once,
Yeah.
and I did an altar call during.
Yeah.
that was bad. That was so
Yeah.
bad.
It's
You
great.
have to have a microphone for that stuff.
David was probably. I think he was there, and he was very.
Dave was there. He
was
didn't
very
like
uncomfortable.
he didn't like my youth altar call.
Oh yeah.
during,
Once that music kicks on, man, I'm out.
Okay, well, since we have introduced our guests, why don't we move on to something little something called
Praise the Lord, for goodness sake, we're all gonna take a Bible break. I said, praise the Lord, for goodness sake, we're all gonna take a Bible break.
Shut up.
Shut up.
So, do you guys recognize that guy at all, by the way, the Bible break guy?
I recognize the shut up guy, but not the Bible break guy.
No.
That was when I was growing up in church, we had to learn the books of the Bible, and the only way I would learn it was there was this really cheesy rap song by that guy, and he raps the books of the Bible, and that's how I learned it.
Can you still do it?
I could, but if Cal doesn't have anything, I'm not going to rap it. So.
Lame.
So we're gonna play a game called Who's Hot and Who's Not Stick.
oh yeah.
Who's hot and who's not stick. Where I'm going to read. We're going to Dan help me put this one together today because it was last minute, and Cal's like, "I'm not going to prepare a Bible break like I said I would," and then we had to scramble. Take time away from this birthday gift of having Dan here this week, and then that's fine. Whatever, we did this.
No big
But
deal.
what's happening is I'm going to read a verse, and you guys, I guess we'll put it up to Reverend Rep to give the answer. You have to tell us if it is canonical, like in the canonical 66 books of the Bible, or if it's something from either the Apocrypha or Book of Enoch or Gnostic Gospel of some kind.
Something else, yeah.
I've got this, Lucas.
Okay.
Good. Good. I don't need to lose my credentials over this show.
He's probably going to get them all right. I didn't let Cal play the last time we did this because it's not fair when
All right.
Cal plays games like this.
It's gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
You think we're going to get him with
I
this?
think we can get them.
Oh, it's likely that I'll be gotten.
It's in no particular order, right?
Yeah, no particular order.
Yeah, I mostly just watch Stephen Furtick and regurgitate. That's how I do all my stuff. So I just want you guys to know that I'm enough and that I'm the real hero. So outside of that, I will grab a couple phone books, stand on top of them, and take a picture next to 6 a.m. Comics, and make everyone think that I'm a little taller.
He's very tall.
Yeah.
I'm told.
Other than that, does that pretty much? I think I need better muscles. Here we go. Now, regular Furtick. That's how you do it. This is how you preach. Like this is what elevation really is. The pushing of the bicep. Yeah, that's it.
You ride bikes all day for a living.
I'm like Wish.com, Stephen Furtick. That's my goal in life. Timu Furtick.
It's Courtney's Fellowship of Oddballs. Hello there. It's Courtney.
Hi.
Hi, Courtney.
Cheers, Courtney.
Yeah. All right. So I have a whole bunch of these. They're in no order. But all right. So here we go. Number 1. All you have to do is tell me if it is in the Bible or if it's something other than the Bible.
Okay.
And bonus points if you can tell me exactly what it's from. That would be even better.
That'll be your ballpark, Lucas.
Yeah, it's from not the Bible. Check.
All right, number 1. Offer the Passover in order and make ready the sacrifices for your brethren, and keep the Passover according to the commandment of the Lord, which was given unto Moses.
Sounds Torah-y to me. So I'm in. Bible.
You going hot? So hot or not?
I'm gonna say hot, just because I want to agree with Dan. Because if we're both wrong, they can't fire all of us.
It's hot as the sands of Egypt.
Yeah.
But did you want to take a crack at it? You have that.
I'm saying Gnostic. I'm going against these guys. I'm saying it's Gnostic.
Do you have logic for that, or are you just saying it to be?
Can you repeat Can you say it again?
No.
Yeah. Country of origin, please.
Mutt would be correct. It is from Esdras, which I believe is Apocrypha. We got it from the Apocrypha.
Yeah. That thing didn't pass the old Mutt smell test. That didn't smell like the Bible to me.
Although Ezra is a book in the Bible.
Esdra, Esdras.
Oh,
What?
All right.
Esdras. Apocrypha.
Esdra. Yeah,
Never
it's
heard
next
of
to hesitations. In the Apocrypha.
Esdras. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
This is Mark's favorite one.
Number 2. This is my favorite one.
Yeah.
And there followed him a certain young man, having a linen cloth cast about his naked body, and the young men laid hold of him.
Oh, this is definitely in the Bible.
Yeah, hot.
I
Yep,
don't know.
this is
That's
hot.
looking uncertain of this.
I don't know, loincloths and holding young men.
Oh no, it's not a loincloth. It's a bed sheet.
Yeah.
No, it's a bed sheet day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going cold.
Yeah, you're agnostic.
No, wait, no, hot. It's in the
You know
Bible.
hot? You think it's in the Bible?
Yep.
Yeah, go hot here.
You would be correct. Nicely done.
Yeah.
It's, Mark 14:51-52.
Yeah, a
Was
lot
it
of people
Mark?
actually think that is Mark inserting himself into the story
Oh,
because he would have been a young man. They would have been at what would have been like his stepfather's house having the Lord's Supper, and that this is his inserting himself into the story, as that he was the young man who followed them after he heard Jesus and the disciples go out, and then he runs back and has to run home naked.
Yeah, see? Yeah, you missed
that's
that.
cool.
Oh,
It says it just and laid hold of him, but then it says,
he runs away naked.
Yeah, then he drops his cloth and runs away.
Oh, I don't know how
Yeah.
He cut that part off somehow. But yeah,
Yep. Yeah, Mark, one of the guards grabs him because they've already ushered in John and then Peter, who's denying, and they grab the kid, and he just shimmies out of the sheet and books it home naked, and everybody thinks that's Mark inserting himself into the story.
Ben says the Book of Epstein.
Probably he was probably too old at that point.
Ew. All right, number 3. We're doing well. It's 50-50.
Mutt's got 2, I think. Actually,
I'm 2-0. I'm winning.
Did he answer after the fact? Because he does
No,
that a
he-
lot, where
he-
he just
he-
says, "Oh yeah, I had that."
he said hot before. I'll give him it on this time.
It's
Did
legit.
he say it was hot, or was he saying that's hot about the kid running
Maybe
away?
that's a good point.
That's a difficult. I'm going to leave that up to the judges.
We'll give Muddy a timeout. That's
He looks upset like that.
Oh, he's mad at
What
us
do you
now.
do?
Don't be mad. All right.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Oh,
I
my
got
goodness.
orders mixed up now.
There we
There
go.
we go.
We're good.
All right. Number 3. Dan picked this one. A continual dripping on a very rainy day and a contentious woman are alike.
Boy, that sounds very
I think that's from
Proverbs-y.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all of the above.
Like from the book of men's wisdom.
Men's wisdom.
Yeah, that's the book. That's from Save Your Marriage Before It Starts, I believe.
Come on, hot or not?
I'm gonna go hot, even though I think I could be wrong on this one. But there are several verses like this in Proverbs.
I'm gonna go cold.
You going cold?
Yeah.
You're gonna go Gnostic.
Or not stick?
Yeah.
All right.
Mutt, you want to do this? You want to jump
Why
in?
is Mutt getting lumped in with
I
these
like-
guys like he's
because
some kind of holy man all of a sudden?
Yeah, well, thus far he's winning. So
All right, Mutt. What you got, Mutt?
Man, this is a tough one because I know about the one about living on the edge of the roof.
yeah, he says that like 4 times.
Yeah, in different ways, doesn't he?
Yeah, with
I'm
a
going to say
quarrelsome wife.
Is Cal measuring something? Oh no, it's his mouse. I
No.
thought he had a measuring tape.
Trying to charge my mouse, but
Come on, Mutt.
Yeah,
You're
you're
holding.
good.
You're holding.
I'm
the screen.
saying Gnostic. I think you
You're
guys
Gnostic?
made that up.
It is hot.
It's hot.
Proverbs 27:15.
Yeah, man.
Boom.
He's got it. Yeah,
He's got
Nailing
this.
it.
He's got this.
Yeah.
Once again, the odds are stacked in the Reverend's favor.
I think we're all tied now,
But I mean,
except for Dan.
like he called the one before that, and he called this one.
Yeah,
Even
he
the
was
book.
like, yeah, I think it's Proverbs,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'll leave it to you guys. Yeah. All right. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good.
Huzzah.
Collectively, we're all very holy men tonight.
Let's have a Dumb and Dumber trivia after this so I can win.
No. All right, here we go. Number 4. And the Lord heard her voice.
oh, geez.
We got a bunch of these.
You got a bunch.
Is that the entire verse?
Mhm.
What's the number?
I'm not telling you nothing.
Yeah,
Is it in the first half
I'm
or the
gonna
second half of the Bible?
say
It's in the
it's
Bible.
probably in the it was probably, if it is in the Bible, Dan, because it could be in the not the Bible. That was cleverly worded. It would be in the first half, I would assume. So I'm going to go with hot on this one.
He doesn't listen to ladies' voices at the end of the Bible. That's only at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm thinking, but yeah, go ahead.
I'm going hot second half of the Bible.
Hot second half.
It's not really half. It's like
Yeah.
It's the newer version. That's what I'm talking about.
So it's the newer version.
Yeah.
All right.
Not to be confused with the sequel held by the Latter-day Saints.
Not sequel.
This is just the newer,
It's all
newer
one
version. Okay.
Yes.
There's the DVD version that comes after this.
Yeah.
It has to be hot. It should be, and all right's hot. But I'm going Gnostic because this is the kind of thing that Mark does, and I've played games
What
like
does
this.
Mark does?
So I'm going to say
Mark does?
Gnostic. Could be wrong.
Okay.
See, you wanted to let him play because he'd be right, because he's right. Now you wanted to see him be wrong, and now he's right.
He's right.
Mike got it. Yeah.
He's right.
That's
Okay.
Susanna 144
I picked this verse and I was like, we're gonna get him.
from the
Okay, yeah, because the only thing I could think that it would be from like 1 Samuel. This sounds like the kind of thing that would have been said when Hannah brought Eli Samuel.
Okay.
That's kind of what it felt like, but that makes sense.
Yeah, it was
From
funny.
Susanna?
We-
Susanna's an apocryphal book?
Yeah.
Well, the Catholics are just like pulling names out of anywhere to get extra stuff in there, aren't they?
Yeah, it's like some nun somewhere.
We tested this too by putting the verse
Yeah.
in, and it brought it up immediately. We were like, oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Google says
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
So,
Google says so.
You know.
This is like the Southeast Catholics. This is old Susanna, and they've added in their entire thing.
It's Susanna Wilkins.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you know her.
I don't understand this, but okay. I don't understand you much.
Toto reference.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at that face. All right. Number what was this? 5 now? We're on 5 now.
Yeah. Yep.
I was bound, though I have not bound.
Boy, I don't like this part of the game at all.
I was bound, though I am not bound.
Is this a person talking about tying someone up or jumping?
I was bound, though I have not bound.
I was bound, though I have not.
I'm just going to continue to answer hot, like this is a Scantron test, in hopes that I get around 50%.
It's like the SATs. Just
always C is the best.
No, I was homeschooled. I didn't take the SATs. What do I got to do with those?
I'm saying hot. I'm going hot.
You going hot?
I think that's from the Book of Enoch.
You think everything's from the Book of Enoch?
Everything should be from the Book of Enoch.
Cal wishes he wrote Enoch.
I think this is Gnostic.
You think it's Gnostic?
Yeah, I smell no good.
All right. You would be correct. It is Gnostic. It is the Gospel of Mary, 8:16.
Oh.
It's about as awful as you can get when it comes to Gnostic stuff. So,
Yeah.
Mary?
the Gospel of Mary.
Yeah.
You think that would be a legit one?
And she couldn't
Mary's
write.
right.
Yeah, do that. Yeah.
What's that?
Nothing.
You're itching for one, aren't you?
The Gospel of Mary is just a bunch of drawings.
And not very good ones either.
Yeah. Stick figures. The Gospel of Mary is a tapestry.
Yeah, and she couldn't, and she couldn't animate at all.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Couldn't find anybody to executive produce, so she was out.
All right. By the way, if you're getting tired of this game, we can stop anytime. We got a bunch of these left. But
Yeah.
What
no,
are
keep
the
going.
scores? What are our scores?
You don't count. Your score does not count, Mark.
We'll have
Yeah,
to get
first
back.
off,
We'll when I compile this later, I'll do a little tally thing. But
yeah, this is a game where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
pretty
I think
much,
I'm in the
I'll
lead.
just pick a winner.
That's a lot
That's
of
it.
fun.
That's how every game works.
Yeah.
We're going for finest beard tonight. So
Ooh.
let's see.
I should have
could
boiled.
use
Everybody has facial hair.
Everyone's a winner.
Everybody's a winner.
All right.
I almost said something that could have got us canceled. I almost gave you guys a strike.
Yeah, we need the interview. That's what
Yeah.
we're missing.
That's what we
We
need.
need a good strike.
We already got one.
Yeah, we did.
What'd you get struck for?
I don't know.
Officially, we got struck because we violated something whenever we were talking to a guy that was literally telling us about the book he wrote about. It's for dads on how to have fun with their kids. That's what we got the strike on that they never explained. It came the week right after we interviewed the CEO of the Babylon Bee talking about how much YouTube censored him. So they decided not to go with put a strike on the video of the guy who's got deep pockets and can litigate, and instead on the poor dude who's just trying to write a book to help dads become more and more like the father from Bluey. That was, they were like, that guy,
That's messed
shame on him.
Babylon B should buy the guy a lawyer.
I know.
I hate that.
They got enough problems of their own right now. Yeah.
And no Ethan Nicolle to draw themselves out of it.
Yeah, no kidding. If Axe Cop ran the Babylon Bee, there would be a lot more heads being chopped off.
Yeah, man.
This is certainly make for a lot more interesting content.
All right, we got any verses with some good fire in it, like
Yeah.
fire from heaven?
Yeah, or one with defecation. That's always a good one.
Yeah. Or dead carcass.
Poop ones.
Oh, I got a good one for you. Okay.
Okay, great.
We got a good smite
Let's
one
scoot-
for you.
let's
The
scoot
Lord
closer.
smite thee with an evil
Yeah.
sword.
Some smiting.
The Lord
what-
smite thee with a what?
Evil
do you think?
sword.
An evil sword or evil sword, like sword Nimi?
No, sore like, like you need
you
like preparation H4.
You get a
or something.
sore on your lip.
Oh, the Lord smite thee with a.
What form of Christianity are we focused on here?
It's a great question.
The best kind.
I'm gonna say this is Gnostic, and I've got a reason to believe that it is, and I'm gonna show you exactly why right now as best as
What,
I
you
can.
think it's right out of Stormlight?
Today, got my Bible.
Okay, hold on. Here we
I got
go.
a word from you. I got a word of knowledge, a
Oh,
word
no.
of prophecy. And I want you, preacher, to use this word of prophecy ever, whethersoever.
Oh no, the Lord must not have wanted me to show this. Okay, here we go.
I think you're right.
Word of prophecy ever, whethersoever you go. And God is going to put a burden. God's going to put a cancer in the butthole. God's going to put a cancer in the butthole.
Oh my God.
That's what makes me feel like this is Gnostic.
Wow.
Yeah,
Is
I'm with you.
that
because
guy's a
I
bird.
think
That's
Because
I wish I knew about that.
The man-
because I think
Proof.
I think I just heard it. Like I feel like I heard that prophecy
Cancer in the butt.
on Facebook
So
Reels.
specific.
Which I know.
Ditto.
Yeah,
You going ditto on
Okay,
that?
all
All right.
yeah.
Look
I'm
at
burning.
Mike. How you
What
feeling?
are you thinking, Mike?
A burning cancer
I'm Gnostic as well.
You going Gnostic?
in the butthole.
Right.
In the
right.
butthole.
In the bowl.
That's my favorite sermon, by the way, that's ever been preached.
Well,
Let's get the altar call going on that.
Yeah, all right.
yeah, Cal.
Yeah.
That's we're not gonna lay hands on that.
So is that an I surrender all or a just as I am with that particular sermon under there? Or do you go power in the blood and just get everybody upbeat?
Oh man.
I don't know.
That's a toughie. That's a toughie.
There's a lot of good choices there.
Or amazing paste.
Oh, man.
Oh no. For that I'm gonna boot Mutt. There we go.
He's so confused.
He is so confused.
Oh, poor Mutt.
What did I do?
You're all wrong. It's in the Bible. It's Deuteronomy 28:35.
Wow.
Not what that guy said.
No, what he said. I mean that's
Oh.
straight up scripture right there. What he said.
Yeah, that is
Yeah, I know.
definitely Gnostic.
All right.
Book of Preparations, Chapter H.
That's a good dad joke. I appreciate that.
Hey, I'm working on it. I've officially been a dad a year now, so I'm
There you go. Right
starting
on.
to work on my repertoire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
no.
It just happens one day. It's like a natural occurrence.
It does kind of just happen.
Sorry, son.
All right. Next up, Jesus all to tarry in Jerusalem when they were all in one accord.
Okay,
Jesus
say that
all to
again.
Did I say that right?
I don't know if you said it right.
Did I not say? Hang on, we gotta check that
confirm.
one.
We gotta confirm.
Because this makes me think of the old joke that is one of the standard pastor jokes is, what car did the disciples drive?
One accord.
It was a Honda because they were all in one accord.
Yeah.
This feels like the verse from which that just wonderful line is the derivative. So.
Okay. Sorry, I said it wrong.
Yep.
Jesus told them all to tarry in Jerusalem when they were all in one accord. There you go.
Is Terry a boy or a girl in this particular instance?
The toughie. I mean, it can be either.
You know.
Terry's the disciples' Uber driver, so
Yeah.
they were very, very confused when it
It's
showed
like
up.
It's like Pat from SNL.
It's also my father-in-law's name.
The Terry Crews. I mean, that's as manly as name as you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Macho Camacho.
That's right. Herbert Mountain Dew. Camacho.
Time to send you to rehab.
It's Courtney says Terry's my brother and dad's real name, so I'm going real.
You going hot?
Okay. Yeah,
hot.
I'll also say hot. Just because I think Mutt's going to be a contrarian here.
Yeah,
because it don't sound right how you said it.
Don't sound right.
That don't sound right. That's not how
It don't jive. It don't jive.
Nothing they have said all night sounds
Jesus
right.
ain't never
Terry.
said none of that. Never.
We don't like those Terrys around here.
Yeah,
Terry
Plus,
Nancy.
Jesus wouldn't tell them to get in a foreign automobile.
You would have said in one accord like that at the end.
Yeah.
All right, so what are you saying?
What, are you going hot or
And
not?
Gnostic.
You going Gnostic?
Well, Gnostic.
That's Petra. More power to you.
Oh!
We get that
Like-
like
I know.
Like the band Petra?
Yeah.
the band Petra. Greatest Christian rock band of all time.
Yeah.
More power to you is actually right after the Colors song on that third album there. In
One
the
of the
90s.
worst Christian songs ever
Yeah.
written in the history of mankind.
No,
I
you're right.
love that song.
Yeah.
You can't sing that. You can't feel like a man and sing. You have to like do this stuff every time you sing.
Yeah, you do. That is actually.
Voice was a little. Oh yeah.
Cal sent me a private message that's what he wanted to sing as the altar call for the butthole verses.
Oh man.
It was the color song by Petra.
I'm sure they missed a few colors for that one.
Yeah.
Red is the color of the inflammation, and that's the whole thing. You can determine degrees of how severe a particular sin was due to the colors from Petra.
Yes. I could pull that off. I can do that.
Yeah, they can. What is it? Doesn't that song say in that chorus, they can make us right, they can make us whole?
I can't get
Isn't
past
it?
the first like, 3 words of that song before I just start dry heaving. It's terrible. Terrible song. Terrible era of Petra. They didn't get good until Beyond Belief.
I wonder if a holy water bidet would have been good treatment for those sores.
Oh.
Probably. For sure. Straight from the Jordan River. And blessed by at least one Catholic priest from the Northeast in the late 90s.
On the Baptist.
Wow.
Well, I think that was a good end to Bible break. That has been
Praise the Lord, for goodness sake, we're all gonna take a Bible break. I said, praise the Lord, for goodness sake.
Oh,
Buttholes.
I got one more.
Yeah. We got
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
I got one
There's
more.
one more.
I
Well, you
thought
get to see
that
the clip
was
3 times then.
We'll
Yeah,
do one more.
so
Clearly,
didn't-
Cal has gotten antsy. And,
Didn't you hear the audience cheering for an encore, Cal?
We got
Yes, encore song.
I wasn't listening.
You never listen. That's the problem. And there was great joy among them, and they blessed and glorified and extolled, because the name of that Son of Man had been revealed unto them.
I thought for sure you were going to go with orangutans and breakfast cereals at the end of that. I'm going to let Mutt start this one out.
And all the milk is.
Can you say the last part again?
And there was great joy among them, and they blessed and glorified and extolled, because the name of that Son of Man had been revealed unto them.
I'm going to say hot.
He's coming in hot.
I'm going to say not.
I'm going with not.
You going not?
I'm going Gnostic too. I think it's an Alice Cooper lyric.
Just right before he starts yelling schools out for summer.
Yeah.
And they extolled the Lord because schools. Oh, okay.
BC Alice
like
Cooper or current hardcore Christian Alice Cooper?
Current.
Okay.
Yeah.
Saved Cooper.
It is. You're all correct. It is not. And Cal, do you care to take a stab at what that is?
No.
Shameful. It's your favorite book. It's the one you said is better than Genesis.
Oh, it's Enoch?
It's the Book of Enoch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very close to something from the Book of Armaments.
Is that a book?
From Monty Python's Quest for the
Oh.
Holy Grail. Whenever they pull out the Holy Hand Grenade. They celebrated, and there was orangutans and breakfast cereals. Skip on it.
Oh, that's what that's from.
Yeah.
Oh.
He is cool.
That's
voice.
That's what I was waiting for.
Cal, you didn't know that. I thought that's like the best book
That's
ever written.
shameful. That's shameful.
Cal's been pushing to get that one, like the 67th book.
Yeah.
Scripture. He's been pushing.
He's been writing.
We also had a couple honorable mentions in here that we would use, but we'll save them for next time. We'll save them for next time.
I request as a guest to hear one honorable mention.
One honorable mention?
Okay.
Just one. Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. There is no emotion, there is peace. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. There is no passion, there is serenity. There is no chaos, there is harmony.
That is from the Blue Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, Step 5. Right after you.
That's from Knights of the Old Republic.
That boy. There he is.
That's
That boy right there.
That's the Jedi code.
Yep.
Jedi code.
Yep.
This has been Star Wars Break.
Praise the Lord for goodness.
Okay.
No, finish it now.
We did it.
Yeah, finish it now.
Oh, sorry.
Praise the Lord for goodness sake. We're all gonna take a Bible break. I said, praise the Lord for goodness sake. We're all gonna take a Bible break.
Shut up.
We're talking about flea market.
I love that Dave was he was just ready for that one.
I thought.
Yeah.
Finally, something that means something to me.
To my soul. That was great.
Yeah. All right, Cal, you've been so anxious to get us out of Bible break. Take over.
Yeah. What's
Oh,
next? Cal?
I don't have any.
What do you got planned?
You just hate the Bible.
Ever since they removed the Book of Enoch, he's been bitter since.
It's okay that we got it here.
I got a copy of it. I just got a copy of it.
That looks like a D&D 5e book
It
that you just held up.
Roll R20. Go to chapter.
Look how I see Cal's mad now because we made fun of it.
No, it's fine. It's good. I'm glad. I'm glad we're talking about it. All press is good press.
Wow.
Well, I guess next, why don't you guys do your art share? You were doing some drawings earlier, and we'd like to see them.
You want to show yours?
Yeah, sure. Actually, this art share I'm going to give you something to look at. This is for you, Cal, because you've been drawing a lot recently. So I drew something for you. Okay.
Oh.
It's Cal Thulu.
Oh, pretty good. Cthulhu. I love it. I'm gonna actually draw that later.
Look, in
not
your
as good
hat,
as you.
I tried to get your hat. Like
He's wearing it.
Yeah, that's good.
That looks like him. Oh my gosh, it looks like him.
That's it.
It does.
Cthulhu. Yeah.
The eyes are pretty good.
Got that smug look and everything.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
I did.
What
Your shirt
kind of a
you
name
were wearing
tag?
last week. It just says, "Hi, my name's Cal."
Oh, okay.
It's just I don't know.
He's
And that was the
wearing
shirt you
mega
were wearing
Christmas
last week. You were wearing the cross shirt last week.
Yeah, it was black with a white cross. But
Yeah, I
close
know,
enough.
but I just did what I had. You have your Mothman hat on. See?
Yeah.
I really nailed it, I think.
Yeah, so next time Macho says he can't draw for top that,
yeah,
we have evidence now.
So this is gonna Mark's gonna put it on his wall.
I will.
Back there.
That's
Ben says, "Is that AI again?"
My son, he could have.
Well,
yes.
I'll let you have it.
Look at those fingers. He said that's AI. Look at those fingers.
You guys didn't know Macho was the one who actually did the opener for Secret Invasion for Disney. That was the sketch that they used.
AI. Yeah, I did.
That's like you don't know. I know you watched it.
You know, I am an AI aficionado of your Disney.
Do you have another one, Macho?
Cabbage.
Old Manny, that is
Old Manny cabbage. Yeah, that's my art share. That's what I did. I mean, you drew something. It's probably
that's what's the point of showing? I drew a picture of Spider-Man fighting Kingpin for my kid.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Let's see it.
Yeah.
You gotta get good.
All right,
Yeah,
we're sharing art.
We're
sharing art now. I saw it on Twitter already, but
yeah, all right. It's good. It's a solid Kingpin, solid Spider-Man. So
yeah, it's no star fetched, but
it's
we'll deal with it.
Like I was gonna show you this too. This is right here. All right, did you see this?
I drew I didn't see that. Let's show that. Yeah, that was just Spider-Man fighting Kingpin. That was.
I love it.
Just like sitting there while I was drawing, and I drew this in the same amount of time.
Yeah, but you had to color yours.
I did.
That's true. I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't give my kid that kind of effort.
No.
Do you want to show that off? Look what Macho brought me too. He brought me this. Fan club.
Thank you for joining the
Very thoughtful.
That's awesome.
I don't know why you brought that. He's gonna get me shot.
I was gonna put it, so I was gonna send this to him, and I was gonna put this all over the Gemini when I sent it.
Cal got me this shirt. He brought this down for me to wear.
I bought him that shirt too.
My birthday gift.
That's a great gift.
Yeah,
he wouldn't wear it in public though.
My wife was actually mad at me that I didn't wear it in public.
She was
he bought that for me to mess with me.
She was genuinely upset that he wouldn't put it on.
All the way from Virginia.
It's pretty funny.
He came on wearing. You've got to wear the shirt.
Yeah, you got to wear the shirt.
I'm wearing it now.
He flew halfway across the country for you to wear this in public.
For you to wear that shirt
just for this moment. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys can walk through Grapevine Mills with commitment fingers and show everybody your new Backstreet Boys shirt.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
we're kind of in Biden territory, or not Biden, Beto or Workland down here.
We were like, we've
joke.
eaten at a bunch of restaurants and been hanging out and walking around. And there's a lot of times I was like, they're like, how many? And we're just like, oh, just two of us. No big deal.
I always say two.
Is it? They're like, is this together?
I always ask for a booth.
And we.
How many beds would you like?
We get a booth and sit on the same side.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have, so we can talk easier.
Yeah.
It's loud.
He can put his arm around. I get cold. He puts his arm around me. It's not weird. It's
Well,
like
see,
friendly.
you know, they blast the air conditioning.
Yeah, they blast the AC here in Texas.
Keep each other warm.
Yeah,
Anyway, Cal, show us your art. Why are we still going with this?
I don't know.
What? We're just
I have some art to share. If you guys want to see the art, that's what it is right there.
Do you have
Look
like?
at
Is it
it.
like digital or?
Look.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I told you, nailed it.
My goodness.
It really did.
So I don't know if Reverend Rep, did you guys see my fan art of you yet?
We saw something that was in the Twitter DM.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's amazing.
Way angrier than I wanted him to look, so I'll have to work on that when I go back to the drawing board with this. But I just want to do some fan art of you guys.
Yeah, I love how you really captured my forehead and nose are really just all one unit.
Yeah. So there's fan art for you guys, and you can sell that on the internet.
So
we'll see if Doug will let us put it up on his NFT site, and then we'll sell it next to some of his Neverhood creations and get some Ethereum for it.
Wow.
Okay, and now we have
Cal. This guy right here drew it.
Yeah, Cal.
Yeah, I do dig that, by the way.
That guy.
Well, thank you.
That is awesome.
He just started.
I had fun drawing you guys
last week.
Yeah, he
and,
did.
Yeah.
4 months, almost 4 months ago. And then Mark, this is my gift to you.
Oh no.
Ready?
Here we
So
go.
ready
I'm
for
ready.
this.
Yes.
This is, I don't know if you can tell, but this is Nightcrawler being played by Nightcrawler the incomparable Jake Gyllenhaal.
That's amazing. Cal loves an Inception piece of art.
He does.
He really likes it.
That
Inception.
is Jake.
wow.
Look at that.
I will tell you, he's harder to draw than Rev and Rep. I drew his face like 9 times, and
Dude,
I still
like the
didn't get
perspective
him.
on the sword and stuff. Too.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, thanks,
Look
guys.
at that.
Yeah.
You guys are sweet. And I even have BAMF.
In case you guys didn't know, I'm a huge Nightcrawler fan. It's my office is plastered with pictures of Nightcrawler.
There's so much
Yeah,
Nightcrawler
that's awesome.
stuff over there.
His toes are fun. There's
We,
not too many. Humans have too many toes and fingers to draw, but Nightcrawler has the right amount.
Just the right amount, yeah.
All
that
right,
what they did
that's
down
all I
there?
have.
That's my wall of crawler back here.
He's
These are all
the one
Nightcrawler
with the black
cousins.
and white one. He did that.
The black and white.
Danley, did you notice how he subtly said Jake Gyllenhaal was more difficult to draw because he didn't have the Kool-Aid Man's face like we do? And it was like he had to do a contour and things to it.
That's why I made you Kool-Aid colors.
Yeah, I was smart.
It required more
Good.
colors.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's good.
thanks,
Donnie
Courtney.
Darko, I
That's
think it
awesome.
broke
Oh,
back
I was.
him, but
Yeah.
Donnie Darko.
I'll do it. Here we go.
Hmm.
Donnie Darko. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. He's got that Donnie Darko face, doesn't he?
Mhm.
Because he was him.
Yeah.
But he's
or-
like
or
even
Brokeback
when you take it to
Mountain,
Nightcrawler,
like-
he's got like a good
I never watched
good dark movie guy face.
it. Well, no.
We got to interview a guy named Lin Yuli, who
Yeah.
wrote for the X-Men and for Ben 10, and was one of the guys who wrote for Static Shock. But he wrote an episode for the original X-Men cartoon where Nightcrawler shares his faith with Wolverine.
I have a
Yeah.
cell from that. You can't see it. Can you see it on here?
I can't see it.
There is.
Is this
Let me move it up. Yeah, that's a cell from that episode.
Yeah,
Wow.
so we get to interview the guy that wrote that episode, and he was just talking about like how important it was to like the importance of sharing big topics with kids so
Yeah.
that they know how to discuss them and talk about them, and that they were really worried about how that episode was gonna come across, and it's like a fan favorite both for people who obviously are
I love
believers
that
and
one.
those that aren't.
That blew my
Yeah.
mind that they even got away with that back then.
Wow,
Yep.
that's
Yeah, he's
cool.
a-
I didn't know that.
He's a brilliant writer. He's writing for an Apple TV show now called Stillwater, which is about it's like they're like 10 or 15-minute episodes, and it's about a panda named Stillwater and all these like spastic kids that run around this panda, and the panda is like very zen and chills the kids out. That was a
Oh.
terrible bottle flip. 0 out of 10.
You gotta practice.
Yeah.
Try it
Did
again.
you land it?
Try
That's
again.
all that really matters.
Do it again.
Hey,
Yeah.
dude.
He's gonna keep doing it now. Don't use mine.
That was great.
It's yours?
Yeah.
Dude, perfect.
There you go.
Pretty
Better.
good.
First try.
I mean, yeah.
Anyway.
It's good. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Anybody, Mutt, do you have any art you want to share?
No, I've got comics to share. No art.
Share your comics, dude. Comics.
I have some money.
Show to us your comics.
There's some Mutt art.
Hero.
Ooh.
But Mark pulled it out and was letting his son look at it. And it was so funny. He's taking it out of the package. And he goes, "Your hands are clean, right?"
Yeah. Yeah. I know with kids. They're grubby and they're.
He's like, "Yes, my hands are clean."
Did you let him see that page where
Mac
your
and
doctor
cheese.
gets stabbed through the chest?
Let's see.
Oh, he
Yeah.
should.
That's
What's he doing?
What are you doing?
Am I
Gonna show
sharing?
some
What are you
comics.
doing?
Am
Yeah,
I
you
showing
should.
comics now? Let's do this.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah, did it?
The short bus with
The
David
short
Is that what it
bus,
is?
man. The short box.
With David the Dime.
Let the contents out of the box. In all sides. In all sides. You probably read it like David.
I'm gonna take my shirt off and put on a cowboy hat.
Does that offer still stand?
Let's see.
Maybe. I'll think about it around Christmas.
I'll mail you a cowboy hat if you don't have one.
Much like enough of this.
Electric Warrior.
He is using a green screen.
Ooh.
No, I'm not. I don't know why it's doing that.
Because you're using the green screen. That's not your house.
It is. I don't know what's going on, man.
He's at his lake house and he doesn't want us to know.
You called it.
He's in the bathroom.
He's secretly on vacation.
It's not really running gag. It's just much older.
That would be the.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry. I don't know why it's doing. There we go.
Here you go.
There we go.
Better.
So yeah, this here is Electric Warrior
By
by DC Comics. Check out the weird dude on the cover.
Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, that's like super 80s. It's kind of weird. I haven't really read any of these, but I'm kind of interested.
Back looks a little demonic, buddy.
Yeah.
We brought.
Yeah.
We have
A little bit.
Oh man.
There's like some Jesus references in here too, like where he's kind of he's like on a cross, but they're kind of making an electric person out of him. They're sort of taking body parts off of him and making him mostly machine.
Like Robotech.
Until the end when he becomes this guy.
Look at that.
It's kind of neat, isn't it?
Yeah. Wait, hold up. Before we go further, hold up. Cal, did you have stuff prepared for our guests? I feel like this is a weird thing to just skip to. When we have
we don't feel weird about it. Danley, do you feel weird about this?
Not at all.
We should ask them some questions, but
I feel like we should be interviewing instead of having Mutt show his picture books off.
I liked Electric Man way more than anything we have to say.
I do want to get some and ask some questions about the podcast and stuff. I think it's cool.
Well, why don't you do that? We should be doing that.
I mean, we can do that.
I'm not trying to hijack the show.
So since we're skipping show and tell, I got this, but nobody cares about it.
We can do it. I just,
let's do
now,
it.
like my feelings hurt already.
What was that?
No, so we got the Marvel multiverse role playing game.
Oh,
So we're gonna do a playthrough with the other shows that are on the Christian Nerd HQ network, and we're hoping maybe one or two of you guys would want to jump in on some of the campaigns with either.
Cal loves it.
That's a Cal thing if there ever was one.
Yeah.
So speaking of,
we're thinking maybe we can make use the stuff and create Shinobi Sasquatch and just throw him into the Marvel universe.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Make him have at it.
He'd kick butt. So your buddy Ricky messaged me. What's that?
Ricky Pope.
Oh yeah.
Ricky Pope.
He saw some of the the comic I'm working on, and he messaged me and said he wants me to have me on his show to talk about my comic book.
Hey,
I'm like,
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm getting hooked into your network two ways.
All right.
Sad.
What is that? Brandon Sanderson.
This is what I'm into right now. It's a book.
What is this book? I like Brandon Sanderson.
It's called Yummy.
and Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. It just came out.
What is it about?
Oh, that's a difficult question to answer.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's another world, and he's really good at universe building, so he builds a universe. And
is it still part of the Cosmere?
Yep.
Okay.
Right, well,
so did you read all of like Mistborn and
I'm on Mistborn 1. I read all of Stormlight.
Okay, got it. Yeah. So
Lucas
I've done all of them, including the additional books after the Mistborn series. That's like, I forget what they're called.
Alloy and Law.
Yeah, I've done all those as well.
What's he known for? What's the big
I'm gonna put it on the wish list right now.
Sweet. Yeah, it's great so far.
I got 2 credits. I might just buy it.
Yeah, buy it.
Just buy it. One credit.
Buy it.
Boom.
Stormlight Archive.
Buy it right now.
He's known for.
Hey, all right.
This is the part of the show where we told Mutt to stop showing his comics so we can watch Macho buy a book.
So I bought That's cool, man. Are you reading that on? Are you reading it, or are you doing like audiobook?
I'm reading it.
Yeah. Okay. Right on.
Is this one of the books you're reading at night to your wife, where you do the voices?
Yep. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So Danley and Danley and his wife and myself and my wife, we have started, like during COVID, we started reading books. I read Ethan Nicolle's Brave Ollie Possum. Danley started reading the stuff from the Stormlight Archive to his wife. There is always a character that becomes Columbo in every one of Danley's books.
He becomes Peter
reads.
Falk.
Yeah, so
the voices.
So which character in Yummy is Peter Falk? And
Not
is
yet. He hasn't shown up yet.
And how good of a discount did he get?
Oh, that's a real nice shirt. $16. That's not bad.
That's really good. Can you read
I've been reading Narnia.
Princess Bride. Yeah.
So, I've been reading the Narnia books to my daughter, and I do voices. And have you guys read The Last Battle? Have you guys read the final Narnia book?
No.
Any of you?
No.
We're on number 5, I think, reading to our kid.
Oh, okay. So there's
he doesn't understand any of it. He said,
"What's it to do?" How old is he?
12 months old.
12 months, yeah. He's a slow
reading
learner.
comprehension is terrible.
So there's
doesn't even know
there's
his
a villain.
favorite character is.
But there's a villain in the book who kind of accidentally got George Takei's voice. Like I've been doing, but like a British George Takei.
What?
Takei?
What?
You mean the gay dude from?
Yeah.
He just talks.
Oh my!
He talks.
Oh my!
My daughter loves the voices.
What a wonderful intersectional experience for your daughter.
He doesn't sound quite as gay as Sulu, though. He sounds villainous.
He's just a general low-voiced Asian American. Asian.
No, Asian. Yeah.
He's actually.
As long as he gets equal
he's actually a
representation,
monkey.
that's all that matters.
He's a monkey. All right, I'm out.
I'm good.
Well, we should move on.
Yeah, we should move on. No, I'm good. Mike, do you have more comic books?
We only asked these guys like one question.
Well,
that's all we know.
That was enough.
Like, no, we want to talk about, and then they showed, like the book he was talking about. Well, we can ask them questions then. That's fine.
We'll do.
Well, I want to know. I know they have a whole episode about this. We can watch it if we want. But I want to know the short version. How you guys do the thing you do. Your thing is you interview people you have no business talking to. So how do you do that? And do you have a story from your past as musicians that links into this this whole theory? Your mindset about how you get guests. Does that go together?
Are you talking about, did we fake something so good when we were musicians that it made us think we could fake doing a podcast so well people would buy it? Is that what you're asking us, Cal?
Yes.
Ask us the question. Don't beat around the bush.
I'm just gonna say your story. You have to tell it, but your story about how you just showed up at venues playing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
you tell it. I'm not gonna. You tell it. Tell it. This is a great story.
So we were just a young local band. Just 4 young guys with guitars trying to pick up chicks, and so what
it's the American dream.
It really was. Now we had gotten to a point where we were having a good amount of like notoriety around the Dallas area. This would have been like probably in the middle aughts, like 05, 06, and we were asked to open for a pretty big act, and we sold a ton of merch when we opened for them. And then we realized that they were playing somewhere else the next night. And so a couple of weeks ahead, so we opened for Disciple and Decipher Down. And I think there was somebody else on that tour too, some other.
Decipher Down, yeah.
Firefly, or I think it was Firefly.
Yeah. It was probably Firefly. So we get to open for these 3 bands at a big club in DFW. And there's like, I don't know, 1,100 to 1,200 people there. We sell out of the merch that we brought. They were playing the next night at another club that was about 2 hours away. And since we were on the first show, we got on the second. We also sold out of all the merch we brought there. So we've done something in these 2 nights that we've never done before, made money. We were like, how do we keep this train rolling? And so what we decided to do for the next like 6 weeks is we started calling the venues that were on their tour list and told them the truth in an interesting enough way, because we told them, what we said to them was, hey, we noticed you guys didn't have us on the billing for your venue. And they were like, yeah, we've got all these, we got Firefly, Decipher Down, and Disciple. We're like, right, we're coming also, which was true. We were coming. We were not part of the tour. And we told them, we're like, we've been with them since Dallas. Also true. Again, not part of the tour. And so for 6 weeks, we were it was at least 2, sometimes 3 or 4 gigs a week. We were following them all across the Southeast, opening for them at every club that we could on their way back to Nashville.
Wow.
And so and that's what we did. We just called the clubs beforehand and we're like, hey, we saw that we're not on the bill. We need to make sure that you got our rider, that you got the stuff. We've been with them since Dallas. We don't know, like everyone else is doing the same thing. You guys have, everybody's left us off of it, but we're coming. We've been with them for the last 4 weeks. It's kind of annoying for us that y'all haven't caught on, but we want to make sure you got our stuff. And so they would have everything that we needed whenever we got there, along with apologies, as we deserved.
That's
incredible. So we follow them all the way, and they're coming up on the last show and 21, and we think that we've just we have made the most money we've ever made as musicians just by we've sold out of merch several times. And then at some of these other clubs, they've they're asking us, they're like, how much of the door are you supposed to get? We're like, $2. They're like, okay, sweet, this is working wonderfully. And then their manager, the guy who was managing the tour, sees me after sound check, and he asked me to come over and talk to him, and he grabs me by the collar and throws me against a wall and goes, what the hell are you doing? It's like,
we're opening for Disciple.
Yeah, excuse me, sir, did you not see that we're on the billing? We called them ahead of time. So this is a person that we had been intentionally avoiding, just because we thought this type of interaction might happen. And then he told us that he was proud of us and that we were geniuses, and that if we did it again, he would ruin our careers and we would never play anywhere ever again. And so we shook his hand and we drove from Jackson, Mississippi back to Dallas, Texas.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
What a story.
Yeah. So those were good times. Yep.
That's great, man.
That's a great story, man.
And then we took all that money and blew it at Guitar Center immediately.
Yep. And on
as you should.
And probably on chicken Caesar pasta salads from Cheddar's, because that's what most of us were eating at the time. Yep. So so when we started, we did kind of take that mentality into the podcast, in the sense of we have this idea of what we want to do. It was during COVID, whenever we started the show, we both needed an excuse to get out of the house. We'd started a small podcasting studio at the church that I pastor, so that we could help kind of underwrite some of the expenses, so people could rent out the podcasting studio as a way that they could interview potential clients. So then instead of working cold leads, they're working warm leads, because they've had them, they had a touch point. Do you want to come on the podcast? They've interviewed them on the show. And then by the time their show come out, that goes from a cold lead to a warm lead. Now it's a hot lead. They can come back to them a couple of weeks after the show comes out and say, hey, look, thanks for coming on the podcast. We talked about some of the things you were struggling with as a company. We think we might have a fit to help you find a solution for that. And the businesses that were coming in that were doing that, they're renting that space out, we're seeing an 80% return on the guests that they had come on the show becoming clients for their company. So this was a huge win for businesses in our community that were using this model, and for us. And so as Danley and I were looking at it, we decided we wanted to kind of branch out and be able to do some more creative things. And we were reading books on how to start a podcast. Obviously, with a music and production background, we kind of knew some of the ins and outs of the logistical stuff, or the engineering side of it and everything. So we basically came up with a 3-line email that we sent to people, and they went, hi. So David Baker, the historic weapons recreation specialist from Forged in Fire, has been on our show several times, become a friend. We sent an email that said, hey, Dave, we love Forged in Fire. we would love to interview you on our podcast if you're interested. Thanks, Lucas and Dan. And then that was it. But it was short, and the subject line is just podcast interview ? And the responses that we've gotten from people have been just like incredibly positive. So we've interviewed, I think David Baker's been on the show like 4 times, and a couple of times a year, like I'll just get a phone call out of the blue, or we'll end up kind of interacting with him. He books other people for our show because he had such a good time on our show, which is a really cool thing.
That's cool.
Michael Uslan, who is the executive producer for all of the Batman movies, the animated series. He wrote the Archie Gets Married comics. He used to write The Shadow for DC, and has written a bunch of stuff. Archie Gets Married.
Oh, Archie Bear?
Yeah.
Archie Bear?
Yep. And then he also was the guy who helped facilitate Stan Lee coming over to DC in those series in the 90s, because him and Stan Lee became big buddies. It started the same way. I sent him a message on Facebook, and I was like, hey, I liked your book, The Boy Who Loved Batman. We would love to interview you on our podcast. And he was like, hey, thanks. What's the website for your podcast? I sent it to him, and he was like, you guys aren't bad. It seems like you like comic books. Let's figure something out. and then over the course of like a couple of months of, kind of hit and miss, and like The Flash is coming out at that time, and he's working on the new Joker and Harley Quinn movie, and working out some logistics and stuff there. And so like, as he's doing all of those things, once or twice a week, he would be like, hey, this isn't going to work. And then he shot us a date and was like, hey, can you guys do this Saturday? We're like, we can now.
Yeah.
And talk to him for, like, I give us so much time. But that's kind of how all of our guest bookings have worked. And then one of the big questions that we always ask our guests at the end, the first is to give us a liner where we have every guest that comes on the show introduce themselves or identify themselves. Hey, I'm Michael Uslan, and the executive producer for Batman, and this is why you should never listen to the Reverend and the Reprobate. And they can either give a reason, which the reasons have varied dramatically based on who's been on the show. I think Tom Leopold, who Danley mentioned earlier, who's a writer for Cheers and Seinfeld, and I think he was one of the creators of Will and Grace and all of that stuff. He wrote for Chevy Chase on the Chevy Chase Show, worked for National Lampoon. Dude, just like a comedic legend. He said that the reason you shouldn't listen to the show is because Danley was his prison woman, and that things didn't work out well. And so like we had he's like, and like he's best friends with like Paul Schaefer and Christopher Guest. So his humor is super offbeat. Like him and Christopher Guest were roommates, at college in New York. So the humor is really offbeat. You don't know what's coming or what. And this is why we can't do a live show, is because we have no idea what our guests are going to say. And there were large swaths of that had to be muted or covered up when he described in detail what their prison relationship was like.
In fact, Tom and Paul Schaefer just released a video. I just saw it like a couple days ago, where they're singing. I think Paul Schaefer's singing. Maybe it's Tom, but Paul Schaefer's got an accordion. He's playing Candyman from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory inside of this candy shop, and Tom Leopold is just smashing through things and falling on the ground, a la Willy Wonka, rolling and getting up gracefully, except not so graceful. It's unreal.
It's crazy. There's some good friends of ours who are just brilliant apologists that work primarily with youth, and talk to them about how to not just like defend their faith, but how the story of Christianity is kind of written on everybody's soul, and that there's so many other faiths that what they're actually looking for, like the parts of their faith where they lack the ability to fill in the gaps, are filled in by Christ. And if you look at that, everything just points back to Jesus. And so they're brilliant at that. They're doing a seminar here in a few weeks in the DFW area in Frisco. But because a lot of what we were talking about was like how to talk to youth about identity and those kind of things, they mentioned that we were heavily into transition. And so that was, they were really great. The folks that run Maven Truth. And then, so that's the first thing that we ask is for that liner. And the second thing that we ask is like, who do you think would be, now that you've been on the show, who do you think would be fun for us to interview? And that's where the majority of these, secondary great guests come from. Tom Leopold was somebody who was a recommendation to us from another guest. And, we had somebody who took one of his writing classes that was on our show, a guy named Victor Dweck. Victor was like, hey, you got to get in touch with my friend Tom. We get in touch with Tom, tell him we're friends with Victor. And he's like, yeah, of course I'll come on the show. And, Jeremy Nunez was another guy that was like that. I think we've got like 6 or 7 guests that can all be traced back to, somebody that Jeremy put us in contact with. And if our guests have a good experience because we're doing good research and moving in that direction, then, we aim for that so that they'll recommend us to their friends so that we can have more and better guests in the future.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
that's the plan. And it's a 3-sentence email. And that's
Wow.
it. Everyone gets a variation of the same thing because it's short and to the point, unlike what I'm doing right now. And they really appreciate
That's
it.
good. So I have specific questions about some people. So you've had, I think you've had Jay Warner. You've had Jay Warner Wallace and and Brett Kunkel. Is that correct?
Yeah, Brett Kunkel. Brett is the one who said that we were in transition.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So was that you guys reaching out to them, or were they referred to you by somebody, like those specific guys?
Yeah. So we reached out to Brett because he had recently been on the Babylon Bee podcast, and we had developed a relationship with Ethan Nicolle, who was on that podcast at the time, back when Ethan was with the Bee. So we'd heard them there. We reached out to him, and they came on. And then Brett is really good friends with Jim Wallace, and we've actually got another episode with him that's coming out, I think, in a couple of weeks.
Oh, awesome!
Because the 10th anniversary of Cold Case Christianity is coming out, so so we'll be releasing that around that time. But yeah, he's friends with them. Nancy Piercy was another person that we interviewed who also referred us to Jim Wallace. So when we didn't get an immediate response from Jim, we added in the message Brett Kunkel and Nancy Piercy. Hey, so like 3 days after we send that initial email, if we don't hear anything, then we sent the messages like, hey, Nancy Piercy and Brett Kunkel thought that you would be great on our show. And then all of a sudden he was like, oh, okay, they know people that we know. They're in the circle and kind of come back. So
I'm so glad that happened because that's a great interview. I don't think I've even watched the Brett Kunkel one yet, but
Brett and Aaron were really good.
He's just, I love his point of view. If you guys don't know, Jim Wallace is he's a cold case detective who became a Christian. He's one of those guys who was like, yeah, I'm gonna prove this thing wrong. Is that correct? Lucas?
Columbo?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, which the Columbo, so like the Columbo tactics are another person that's in the circle, but that's an interview for another day.
Yeah, he's great too. Greg Kokel.
Yeah. Greg Kokel is who did that, and he's also with those guys because all of those. So Brett and Aaron, Greg Kokel, the McDowells, Jim Wallace, they all teach at Biola. Okay. So all of those people are really like closely tied together. Thaddeus Williams is another guy that's in that group. But yeah, he starts off as a cold case detective. His partner goes to church and he doesn't really want to have anything to do with it. And so he just kind of comes obsessed with the idea that if you were to approach Jesus as a cold case, would you be able to, it wasn't so much as like trying to prove it wrong as much as like, if I were to approach the Bible as a cold case, is there enough evidence to convince me that it's true or untrue?
Right.
And as he went down that road, he started with the Gospels, and he was like, the Gospels are obvious eyewitness accounts. If we were to use this and present this in court, I could absolutely show that Jesus was a real historical person, that these things are legit eyewitness accounts, and that at the very least, that Jesus and the disciples believed that he was the Savior who died for the sins of the world. Then the next investigation was kind of along the lines of like the least trouble stuff of the resurrection. And with the evidence of the resurrection, he was like, this actually is the evidence that he is God, even though it's only wrapped up in like the very last bits of all the Gospels. Right. So that's a really cool way to approach it. And his book, Person of Interest, really focuses on that. And he's got a bunch of really cool pictures because the author of the Gospel of Mary helped him out in drawing some of those things to make sure that it was communicated well to people who aren't able to read good.
That sounds Mary.
The what? I didn't get that last part.
It's Mary.
He's tying it back in with the girls thing from there.
Yeah.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Yeah. It's like, it was a callback.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
But Jim Wallace is great. If you guys are
Yeah.
looking for apologetics to get into, he's not just some like no name detective. Like he's like on like I don't remember the shows he's on, but he's like on
Dateline.
He's on Dateline.
Dateline
Like this is
years.
Yeah, he's Dateline's most featured cold case detective. And
he's
like
he's
him,
serious.
yeah, him and his son, they don't like make any money off the apologetic stuff that they do. Their primary thing is that they are cold case consultants, and their services are sought after like year round all over the U.S. So, yep, he's constantly working homicide.
I know what I'm doing in the airport tomorrow. I got a lot of podcasts to catch up on.
Yeah.
No, don't do it. Don't listen to our show. Nobody should listen to our show.
Don't listen to it.
He's right.
You got it.
And so some people came to us and they were like these podcast consultant types. And they were like, hey, we can tell you how to improve your show. Like, we don't want to hear it. And they told us, they're like, listen, you need a niche. If you get a niche, your podcast, the reason your podcast isn't successful is because you guys are way too scattered. You need a niche. We're like, we have the smallest niche of all time. We only make our podcast for each other and for stuff that's fun to us to listen to. We don't care if anybody else listens to it. In fact, we don't think that they should, which is why we have all of our guests say, don't listen to this podcast.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
But that's worked for us. It's been a ton of fun. And we've gotten to smoke cigars with a bunch of really cool people because of it. And that is really the magic of the program.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
That's exactly right.
Did you smoke a cigar with Brian Godawa?
No, because he's in California. He won't come to Texas because he's afraid if he comes to Texas, he'll stay.
Yeah,
he's convinced. He's convinced. No, he's convinced this is where all the Nephilim are.
No, yeah,
sure. Don't get Cal started. Don't get Cal.
No, tell Cal that's where they are, because then Cal will finally come down. And
Cal?
Right.
Yeah.
So, how did you hook up with Brian?
Where the Nephilim are. We hooked up with Brian on a recommendation from Ethan Nicolle.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we were doing so. Him and Ethan are really good friends going back a ways, and Ethan recommended Brian to us because he had done a series on one of Ethan's podcasts where he was just talking like about once a month. He brought him on to talk about movies, and then when we heard him doing that, he had, what was the book? Was it Moses versus the Gods of Egypt that was coming out? And so we were talking to him about that. And then Brian is one of those guys, you can just wind him up and let him go. We ask him a question and then just listen for 30 minutes, and which is really easy for us to edit because we just keep the camera on him the whole time. It was wonderful. It's awesome. But he's one of those guys that, again, he's going to forget more stuff than we'll ever know. So he's incredible to listen to.
And he really likes the Nephilim.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. He is way into the Nephilim.
I mean, he got me all worked up. Like I was ready to go. Like I'm convinced.
Yeah.
Do we hunt them?
Yeah,
you're convinced about what?
The Nephilim?
That they're real.
Let's go get them.
They're still here.
Let's get them now. Let's track them down.
Yeah, we're in Texas. Get your guns. Let's go.
They laid with our women.
They laid with our women.
How do we know one of us isn't a Nephilim?
So some of you guys know Brandon Hollingsworth. Mutt does. Mark will never know who that is. Every time I mention it,
I'll play along though. Go on.
That would be one.
He recommended. What's that?
That would be Brainy Pixel.
That's Brainy.
Yeah,
Pixel.
Brainy Pixel.
Yeah.
Oh, Brainy
Pixel. He recommended a Brainy Pixel. Yes, he recommended a book series that's kind of similar to Brian.
I never know it.
Yeah.
You're like 6 a.m. comics.
Yeah.
Here's Mark. No, he recommended a book series to me that's similar to Brian Godawa's. It's like a pre-flood, kind of follows Noah before the flood. Good stuff. Good stuff. I got to get back on the Brian Godawa thing too. But in case you guys don't know, Brian Godawa writes novels about like the before the flood, and also I think he started doing after the flood too. But I didn't.
Yeah, because he's got the Watcher series, and then he has a new book that's starting a new trilogy coming out soon, and so he's actually another guy that's about to come back on the show. We asked him if he wanted to talk about movies because like Hollywood Worldviews is the name of one of his books, and he's like a script doctor in Hollywood that doesn't get credit for fixing other people's butchered scripts.
Yeah.
And in the email that we got back, he goes, "No, I don't want to talk about any movies this time around. I've seen a lot of things, but I haven't seen anything good in months."
Oh,
dang.
I would say, like, maybe I shouldn't share that, but Brian would tweet that, and we'd all be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
I would
I
never.
wonder how he would have fixed The Last Jedi to make it good.
Can you fix
that's a good
that?
question.
Yeah.
The last
Yeah,
episode.
he wouldn't have let
That's
J.J.
awesome.
Abrams butcher episode 9. That's what he would have done.
I mean, is it butchering if it's already been
bad.
butchered? Yeah.
It is. It started out butchered.
Ooh, this
Yeah,
is unfriendly waters.
I mean, I picture.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of, putting it out. Of its
I am a
misery.
fan. I'm a fan of episode 8 because I love subversion, and I have never liked Luke Skywalker as a hero. I've never bought it, even when I was a kid, because he was too whiny.
When
I've
did you
always
move
thought-
to America? What country did you come from?
I came from Tatooine. I was always a Han Solo guy.
Land.
Yeah, like I came straight from Norway. I was always a fan of Han Solo. Han Solo to me always seemed more the hero because he was willing to do whatever was necessary. And if he got a reward and a smooch at the end, even if it's a girl that kissed her brother, like, it's okay.
You should have been done with episode 8 by the time episode 7 finished up.
So I dug episode 8 because I felt like Luke Skywalker became Mark Hamill, like just a whiny guy that tweets about things that irritate him. That was art imitating life.
Yeah.
And that when he disappeared, I literally went to see whether or not Hamill was still tweeting. I was like, ugh. So
That's a solid argument.
But that to me felt like the best story arc there. And I think that he set up episode 9 for something special to happen, and instead it just became like fan service.
Have you thought about starting a Reddit thread about this? Because I feel like a lot of people would enjoy.
Yeah, I probably should.
You should.
Yeah.
That's the place you go to put something out there like that. I feel
Yeah,
like
that's the spaghetti we're gonna throw on the wall.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense.
I hate Reddit.
What, Cal?
I hate Reddit. I remember somebody was sharing like Shinobi Sasquatch early on Reddit, like some fan, and just the people just downvoting for no reason. Like, just like you're looking at Rob Willis art, like how that's all you know about this book is that art. Like you're gonna downvote. I just don't get it. I don't understand people. I've hated Reddit ever since that moment.
The internet.
It's just I would downvote.
I don't understand people either.
But I downvoted now because
you're insecure.
Because it's every book except the one he's supposed to be working on. So I
Yeah,
guess I would
that's
downvote.
true.
Ooh.
That's true.
But we got gravy. We got big gravy.
Big old gravy
in October.
So when you just like put that out there? Like you didn't even tell us that was going to happen, and then all of a sudden I got a Shinobi set.
Well, no, we knew it. You just don't listen to Discord. That's
That's
we've known
probably
that for a while now.
That's probably true. That might be true.
We've known he was doing the big gravy thing.
No, I knew he's doing the big gravy thing, but he didn't like tell us.
Oh,
like, hey guys, I think I'm going to put it out there because he usually.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
and then it was just I got this Shinobi Sasquatch update, and it was like, "It's surprise, Rob Willis is off."
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, well, because I just kind of was like, man, it's been a while since I talked to Chris about this, and I couldn't remember if he said he wanted to announce it after the book, the campaign closed, or after he shipped. So
After
I'm like,
what?
well, I'm just gonna after he shipped.
I heard that too.
Oh, yeah.
Shipped. And so I messaged him and asked him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you can go ahead and tell everybody." I'm like, "Oh,
That's cool. That's cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It makes me think of that. Did you see that Kmart commercial where they were talking about
Yeah.
everything that you could
Ship
ship? I shipped my bed.
oh yeah,
I shipped my pants.
that was fun. That got me. I'm like, wow, that's
Yeah.
That's
really
might
good.
have
What
saved
I-
if they would have gotten that out there faster.
It should have come out way sooner.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would have gone like that. Made me want to go find a Kmart.
Yeah. Right.
yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
support.
Blue light specials.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh, the blue
Mhm.
light. That's right. That's right.
Good old days. Well, good.
Any more stuff?
I have no questions, but I feel bad. I texted Mudd after I cut him off from his comic thing. I said, I'm sorry, I didn't do that to you. Do you want to keep going, Mudd?
Yeah, let's finish out with some.
I feel bad.
You ruined
it. No, it's not important.
I felt bad. I texted him right. I was like, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to.
But do you have at least one other cool comic other than Electric Warrior that you have that I can see?
Yeah, I've got like
Lucas.
I've got like 8 or 9 here.
He knows how to talk to a child. Hey fella, do you have one you can show me?
I just want.
I mean, 9 is at least one.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's it.
Come on,
I'll show my comics. I'll show my comics, but you have to boot. Mark and Macho.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Mark and Macho.
Yeah.
I don't have any power at all. I have no authority here or in my home.
This is my stream.
I don't like this, but I'm going to show them anyway.
Yeah.
It's not for you.
There you go.
Yeah. For me.
Right. You guys want to see my comics or not?
Yeah.
Yes,
I would love to.
Cannot wait.
All right.
Because it's either see your comics or watch Macho buy another book.
Right.
It was very exciting.
Look at this one.
That doesn't look very exciting. What is this?
You know, like look at the artwork. Look at this lady's face.
That's pretty good art. I like
it's really good art, and this is the reason I bought this. Look at this.
She does not like drums in church. That lady.
Oh, weird. Jabberwocky.
You know those people, Lucas. I know them too.
I do. Yeah.
The Jabberwocky. That's great.
I can't do this. Oh my
God. Well, baby.
There we go.
That's cool.
That's a great Jabberwocky.
Yeah. Cal should like this. This is the stuff Cal likes to draw. That's
Jabberwocky.
In the film.
I got the Jabberwocky poem right here too. So I like to read.
I love it. Snicker snack. I love it.
That's great. I saw this a while back and I just wanted to grab it because I thought this looked cool. It's The Only Living Boy. And this is by David Gallagher and Steve Ellis. Steve Ellis did the one, Cal, that I told you about, which was about the cowboy werewolf. That one.
Oh yeah.
High Moon. You need to check that out because it's by the same team.
You're not showing us. You're talking to us about it.
No, sorry. But this is
David Gallagher. He's the guy that smashed watermelons, right?
Yeah, Gallagher.
Yeah.
Ew.
That looks really good. Let me see a page.
Does the interior match the exterior?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Nuts if it doesn't.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's good.
Pretty good. You know, I like it. It's kind of like Commandi. I don't know if you guys know Commandi.
He's a Commandi. He loves Commandi.
Look at this monster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the art's good.
Freaking rad. Look at that. Look at that guy. I love that. I got a new OMAC. Well, it's not new. It's like 90s or whatever.
He's like all into it now.
That's all right. You can turn my.
That's cool.
You can get my heart going, get my love going, and then just dash it against the rocks like you always do. It's fine. I'll be your love puppet.
I like to see you happy.
All right, this is OMAC from the New 52. This is like a Kirby love letter. So you see the cover.
Look at this big face.
Yeah. Shut up, Mark. Look how Kirby is. I mean, it's great. It's kind of like 90s.
Big face and big hands. That's
90s.
Yes, that was Macho that said that, not me. But
look at his big face. See?
Love big faces.
I'm burning.
That's good. That is really good.
Yeah, I can tell by the way you're yawning that you love it.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
No,
anyway.
I've been loving the big faces lately.
Ninjak. I got some Joe Quesada Ninjaks.
Oh, nice.
Hey, you guys know Ninjak at all?
I do.
No, that looks like Oscar.
I don't know Oscar.
She's a current WWE wrestler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I say it Asuka. Is it Oscar?
It's Oscar. You should listen to the announcers say it.
Yeah.
That's how
I just I ignore the fancy
He
accent.
just has subtitles.
Oscar.
Yeah.
Oscar.
Look how many panels this guy draws, Cal.
Whoa.
Oh,
Good Lord.
I need to do that. I need to be better about that, man.
I mean, he really like rings out the panels. Look at that.
Yeah.
And that's on like most of the pages. A little bit splashy down there, but otherwise panels like nuts. Look at that.
Wow.
It's a lot of story. Jimmy Palmiotti wrote this, and I think he's a little
hi, Jimmy. Yeah, we know Jimmy. Yeah.
Good.
He's the dumbest. He's the dumbest nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy who has dumb opinions.
He's so dumb.
Look, that's cool. I love Joe Quesada's art,
follows
man.
me.
Jimmy Palmiotti follows you?
He follows me.
You're talking about Macho. You're thinking of Peter Palmiotti. That's his little brother.
No, I knew one of the Palmiottis followed me.
You got one. I got Peter Palmiotti following me too.
Yeah, that's the one I got. Then you guys bragging over here. No big deal.
You guys know?
Yes, we know this.
Packin's Land by Gary Shipman.
Shipman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Gary Shipman. He's kind of around. He's a kind of a comic skate dude, I think.
Yeah.
My pants.
I'll say my favorite page from this. It's a 2-page spread.
Oh yeah.
He's really nice on the
cool.
inks. He knows how to
that's
really
good.
he's nice on the inks. I grabbed this because it's just I always grab these.
Oh man,
The Goon.
He's a terrible
Yeah.
person too, though. Eric Powell.
Love Eric Powell.
But his art is great, but he's not crazy about
This is
it.
the judgiest panel of
His art is great. I have a ton of Goon comics too.
Macho's got some pretty strong opinions about people in
Yeah,
comics.
the one I'll tell you that I can't stand is Eric Larson.
there it is.
EBS just put out an Eric Larson hate letter. It was pretty
Oh,
good.
he did?
Yeah, video. Yeah.
So,
Wait,
Great stuff.
he's
Hand
on Twitter?
painted.
No, he's still off Twitter.
No, he's back on.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's back on. Let me see another page from this. Are you guys enjoying this, or should I stop?
Yeah, this
I
is
got
cool,
2
man.
more.
Makes me want to read comics.
To be honest,
you're doing a good job, Mutt.
thank you. That's all I wanted to hear was Mark. I love that guy's art. This one is another Kirby love letter. It's called Godland. You ever hear that one?
That's what he does. Yeah, no, I haven't seen that.
It's a series by Joe Casey and Tom Scioli, or Scioli, however you say it. And basically, it's like Kirby's cosmic stuff, but with newer art. But they're just trying to basically riff on New Gods, and it's pretty good. It's fun. There's some really great art in it, and it's complemented well by the coloring, I think. So it's got the modern day coloring with good heavy Kirby style inks, and it's got big faces.
I know, he's like not even looking at
Big faces.
Big faces, man.
Look at that.
Big square faces.
Curious Comics says that Savage book was hideous.
Curious Comics.
Which one? The Savage book.
Savage.
I don't know which one. This is the one I got for Macho. I think you're gonna like this one,
I know
buddy.
it is.
Spring from heaven.
Oh, Lord. What is that? I want that.
Ooh.
I do want that.
I knew you'd want that.
Ooh, that looks
Dude, I
cool.
want that. Who
The
does
Warlord.
that?
Give it.
Give it through the monitor. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's basically, it looks like Macho Dan if he was in a comic.
I had hair.
It looks like
If you had hair, if you had hair and muscles and you were cool, this would be you.
Dude, I do look
Yeah.
like that, though. I look very
And look, I mean, dude, absolutely stunning artwork.
Boom
Yeah.
put that out? I gotta find that.
Yeah, Boom put this out, and it's got a really cool theme. I'm going to read it and see if I want to move forward in it. But basically, it's about Virginia and Kentucky seceding from the
Yeah.
United States,
Yeah.
and then there's
Oh,
sort
I
of
like
some
that.
Again, man.
there's leftover stragglers that the United States government is going in to basically
That's cool.
root out.
I like it.
So it's kind of like
And they're-
Outlaw Josie Wales, modern day.
And they're led by Stephen Furtick with an archery degree.
Yeah. It's awesome. And then even on the back,
All right.
the guy wrote a hymn.
What?
That's
Yeah,
it's
like-
Oh, that's
I
legit.
don't
Cal,
I don't-
Cal, can you sing
Yeah,
that?
Cal, sing a few bars.
I can't read music.
cow.
Oh
And every church that has turned me down because I can't read music, I've dodged a bullet there.
Huh. But this book basically is I'm pretty sure, and I'm going to read it to make sure, but here's what my gut tells me about this book.
What's it tell you, man?
This is a lefty book.
I think so.
Really.
Yeah, this is a big lefty book. But what it's going to do is basically make it's like if the leadership of America was conservative, this is what Appalachia would do, right? But it's going to flip you on your head because it's going to be more of a leftist kind of thing. I think I'm going to read it and find out, and I'll let you guys know what I think.
It happens to be on that site we like too, Dan.
Sorry, what was that? My dog went crazy.
I was telling Dan this is on that one site that we.
Is it the site that we use that we shouldn't talk about?
Yeah, it's on there.
Okay, it's on there. Good.
With all the freaking pop-ups that I can't make go away.
Okay. Look here.
Well, every time I take him off big screen, Cal puts him on big screen.
Big us. All right.
Big us.
Well, I was just showing the
Real
pages.
quick.
That's all.
Here, real quick. We went to the comic book store today.
We did.
Yeah. Let's see.
I got some weird stuff, which is like my favorite thing. First of all, I got 2 current books. And I have shown this before. Let's have Dave tell me if they're any good. Barbaric. Have you written Barbaric? Have you read Barbaric?
I've not read that.
Nah, it's pretty good. So it's about this dude, this guy right here, and he has an axe. And the axe is like it talks. It's like super sarcastic, and all it wants to do is basically kill people. Pretty good.
So it's Sword Nimi.
Yeah, it's not for kids. And then I got this this book. I don't even know anything about it. I bought it for the art. It's called Rumble.
You know Rumble? That's awesome.
That's cool.
So there's this like really cool art, and then there's also I got another issue, and the artists change on it a lot, and the art looks really cool. It's like the Headlopper guy.
It's Headlopper, yeah.
And then I just bought this on a whim because it was real strange. It was the $1 bin. It's called Reese's Pieces. I don't know why.
What?
This
Part 2 of 2.
It's like Reese's Pieces, and then the art is so strange. Hold on, let me find my favorite panel.
I guess the artist's name was Reese. From what I looked up.
I like this dude. He's like farting, and he's like, he like shoots out the window. Or like,
that's awesome.
You know? It's real strange.
The panels too.
It's real strange, and haven't read it yet. But it's, I mean, like the art looks kind of cool. I don't know. We're gonna find out. So that's what I got. What did you buy? I don't even know what you bought.
Nothing as exciting as this stuff. I just bought like Nightcrawler and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. He just. So anyway, I bought those today. It's like while in Texas, I should buy some.
You should buy
comics.
some.
Yeah.
Comic Warriors.
Comic Warriors.
Yeah. So we recently have purchased some new books. I don't know how I make myself big.
NIV,
It's not. This one is called "Where's the Cat?"
Oh,
yeah. This is a great series. Where's the goldfish? And check this out. I mean, the art's very simplistic, but the interaction.
I didn't know where the goldfish was. I was very surprised.
Right there in the castle.
Dude, Mark,
and it's a lot of. Where's the dog?
Yeah, it's a mouse. It's not. Oh, it's behind the chair.
I'm telling you. So
the suspense.
That has kept me pretty occupied, and it is a thrill a page as we continue to just find new animals all around the house. It's been pretty stellar. That is of all of the books that we have read to the child. That's the one I think he understands the most.
Who gets the biggest reaction? I like it.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, thanks for clearing that up, Curious Comics. I know.
Yeah, thank you. And by the way, EVS is still suspended on Twitter. I just tried to find him.
Huh. I just saw a tweet by him.
Big fat
really?
That's what you are.
Yeah, maybe he got resuspended or something.
He has that other account he's been using, I think.
Oh, okay.
Frog HD or something.
That's frustrating. I wanted him to see my elephant, and he got suspended right after I posted my elephant fan art. Darn it.
Yeah, you can keep posting that though, man. That's awesome. Can you show everybody? Can you show everybody your elephant?
Do I have it on my computer?
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, please show us the elephant.
Show us the elephant.
I'll show you both of them. I have I have a full body design, which isn't as good as just my close-up.
Yeah, I'll tee it up. This is a concept comic that EVS threw out like on a whim or something, and a bunch of people started doing fan art of what they thought the character should look like. I don't think there's any official design, so several artists were kind of going at it, just giving their take. And Cal threw this one up, which I thought was pretty dope.
Ooh,
yeah.
Mutt has some good notes. It's hard to kind of define the face and the eye. So the eye is like right there, but it's kind of, when you're looking at it, it makes it kind of Lovecraftian to me, because sometimes when you look at Lovecraftian monsters, you can't really find a face. But I don't know. It's supposed to be an elephant, so no mystery there. But yeah, I had so much fun doing all the texture on this. It looks awful when you get close up, but yeah,
That looks great. Stop it.
It's cool. But so anyway, this is sorry, back. Gosh darn it.
Oh wow.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the.
Yeah, that was impressive.
There we go. Hold on. It's I was trying to. I thought that if I just click over, it would show the next one, but it skipped.
Didn't, did it?
Okay, so here's the first one.
Look at that. There you go. I like that one best.
Oh yeah, that one's cool.
Yeah, that was my first one. I personally like the teeth on the trunk.
Yeah,
the zipper.
It's just so creepy. It's
upsetting. Yeah, it's upsetting.
Yeah, it is, right? It's unsettling. It makes you go, oh, and that's I don't know.
So let me tell you guys, Cal basically pretended for, I guess, years. Pretended that he couldn't draw and would say things like, oh, I can't draw. And we always took that seriously and never realized that he could actually draw.
He woke up one day, like a few months ago, was like, I think I'll art today. And then just started doing this crap.
And then he did the art.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. He lied about drawing. He lied about reading music.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. He's a liar.
He's a liar.
We realize that.
Yeah. He lied about being Catholic. That's why he's obsessed with the Book of Enoch.
Yeah.
Just coming full circle.
Right. Yeah. So he's a great artist. He's leapfrogged us. He's going to leapfrog David next.
Danley, I think, that needs to be Danley. That needs to be your next thing. Is before you do stand-up comedy, you need to tackle artistry.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, good luck catching that.
It's easy. You just wake up and go, I think I'm going to art today.
That's exactly what you did.
That's what you
I'll do that
did.
tomorrow. I'm going to try a landscape view of Wuhan and see how I do.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Beautiful this time of year, I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to.